Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp with a Limp, and I'm here with something that's definitely a little bit different from what I usually do. But I like to point out when a company does something good. And Games Workshop, I can't always say that about them, but they finally made some smart choices when it came to Blood Bowl, Blitz Bowl, their whole football series of Mutant League football type games. And if you don't know, Blood Bowl, it's a game that's been around for decades now. Full pitch, big teams, all the fantasy teams playing it out. But one of the problems with that game is that like most Games Workshop games, it's very deep, a lot going on with it, takes a long time to play through it, and a lot of rules, a lot of special rules. It was hard to get into, uh, fairly complex. But that's good. You could have deep gameplay. You could have campaigns. Well, not campaign, but you have tournaments. Really, just a good football game. But it took a while. It was a time intensive game. And I saw this way back when at Barnes and Noble, because Barnes and Noble gets a lot of these little game exclusive deals. They get it from BattleTech. They get it from Games Workshop. Some other companies. Here and there, I like to see this stuff other places besides just Barnes & Noble, but at least we get it. But I saw this Blitz Bowl thing, and I picked this one up way back when, and they made a really good choice now with the Ultimate Edition, because when I picked this up, I didn't much care for it. And I got it, poked at it for a little bit, and I put it back down, and I finally played this with a friend of mine, the Ultimate Edition, and there was one specific change that they did here that elevates it, in my opinion, to creme de la creme. This is good to go. You absolutely should get into Blitz Bowl now. So very quickly, let's just eyeball some of the differences on what we've got going on here. We'll slide that one out of the way. Now, this is the old one. This is the first one that they ever put out of Blitz Bowl. Came with a couple of little player aids here. All right, these were your dugouts where your players were, and a basic gist of the actions you could do and what the block dice represent. We had a pitch that came with the game. This pitch is smaller than the pitch that comes with Blood Bowl. It obviously has to be smaller because the teams are about half the size. The teams in Blood Bowl, it's 11 players. Here in Blitz Bowl, it's going to be 5 to 7. The pitch is double-sided, and they do have some extra boards. It's a nice mounted board, so fun playing game. A couple of trapdoors on this side, and these are blocked off terrain. And then it's the reverse over here on this side. Get out of the way, box. Yeah, reverse on this side. You see smaller blocks, but you definitely wanted some of the terrain blocked off. That way it kind of funnels the players, especially with a smaller amount of players that you have going on. So we had those. Small rulebook came with it. This is absolutely tiny compared to what would be included in a Blood Bowl rulebook. Little range ruler for making throws. Come on, zoom in, focus. There we go. Took it a second. Short range, long range for throws. Obviously, shorter pitch, you didn't need as much. I didn't even build the minis for it because I already had human team and an orc team. I'm actually going to do some kit bashing with these guys, see if I can turn some of this stuff, some of the orc pieces with some dwarf pieces, and make some chaos dwarfs. See if I can get that going on. So I'll be cutting these up. But the original one, you got the orc and human team. Honestly, I think they should have gone a different route. They put orcs and humans in almost all of them. Came with a small selection of dice, the game dice, and then the cards. Now, I'm not going to pull these out because we're going to be seeing them in the other box, but these are the main component of the game when it came to the scoring in Blitz Bowl. And of course, our little basis for all our minis when we put those together. That's the basic gist of what comes in this box. It's not a lot, but it was a relatively cheap game. And my guess is they were shooting for, hey, let's get their appetites wet. A little bit of plastic crack here. We'll get them into Blitz Bowl, so they'll start getting into Blood Bowl, and they'll start spending more money, and then they might be stupid and start buying Warhammer and Warhammer Fantasy stuff. Now, Here's where they made some changes, and this is something that I never expected Games Workshop to do. And this one change is huge. It's a small amount of stuff, but it's huge for them because they don't do this. Now this one is, I think, one of the latest ones. My buddy gave me this. Chad, thank you very much. I appreciate it, buddy. He actually got it on sale, $20 from Barnes & Noble. Great price for what you're getting in this box. This one came with dwarves and orcs. So these are the ones I'm going to be cutting up and seeing if I can make some custom stuff. This also came with a selection of block dice. Only difference is with Blitz Bowl versus Blood Bowl is you only get one set of dice. You only need one, but it's nice to have two. Our bases. Now these cards are the scoring cards that come with the game. Same as the ones I was talking about before. I think these new ones look a little bit nicer. But it's the challenge cards. Basically, you're trying to do whatever the challenge is on this. Show no fear. So you claim this card if a player from your team ends an action on a trapdoor and the opposition player possesses the ball. You get 2 points for doing that. That's the main way about scoring points in this game, is by doing certain actions. And then the backside of the card gives you a special ability. You can play these cards for a bonus play. A whole bunch of different challenge cards with a whole bunch of different bonus plays. Really changes up the nature of the game. Now you're not focused on going for touchdowns. You can do touchdowns. They give you 4 points instead of the other way of just counting a touchdown. But these are the main way you're going to score. And it really vitalizes the gameplay. But because now you're going for these actions and you're trying to figure out, how can I do this? And when you pull off something really awesome and you get to claim 2 or 3 cards, you get the clean sweep, you're claiming all the cards that are available, you get a bunch of points, knocking down the enemy. It really just has the game be a lot more interactive. Whereas Blood Bowl, it was a little boring sometimes. You're waiting for the opponent and like, he's got to stand up all his players, and now he's got to roll block after block after block, and oops, he missed one. Oh, he stumbled. Well, let's see if he's got a reroll. If he doesn't have a reroll, now it's a turnover. Just Blood Bowl was a lot slower in their gameplay. But Blitz Bowl isn't. With only 3 actions for each player for each turn, the turns flip back and forth very quickly, get you back in the action. Awesome. Now, we're getting ready to hit the real point. It's this right here. But just to show you, it does come with the Ultimate Edition rulebook, which actually feels nicer. It's a little more fleshed out than the other one. Nicer bound. They kind of stepped that up a little bit with the component quality, I guess. Same basic rules though. When it comes to it, they just flesh it out a little bit more. Have more things in here, what the players look like, how you can paint them up, put them together. All of that is included here in the rulebook. And then in the bottom, we have our pitch, pop it up here, and our cutouts. Now you notice one difference here. Still got our range ruler. We got our pitch, which is pretty much the same, but the dugouts. And this is something I don't know. Why the hell would they change this? The dugouts in the new ones do not have that little blurb to the side with the actions you can do and the symbols for the die for the block action. Why would they take that off? Why would it's useful. And as you can see, it's not on the backside either. That was something they shouldn't have removed. That was dumb. How much did they really save in printing costs by removing that little bit of player aid there? I don't know, but it wasn't worth it. But this right here is what takes Blitz Bowl into that next level, where it's absolutely worth getting, where you absolutely should spend your money on it. And I was so surprised they included this, because Games Workshop never does stuff like this. This is the cards for every team that you can have. Now, Mantic Games does this. If you buy a game, I'm brain farting out. Forget it. The Kill Team-esque version of Mantic's games. When you get theirs, their playbook comes with all the different armies that you can have. You can use your own minis. You don't necessarily have to buy Mantic Games minis, right? You can use other stuff. Games Workshop has never done that. They do not include cards or army lists for all the different armies. You have to go buy those armies or go buy those codexes to be able to have that stuff. And they're not very welcoming to ad hoc stuff. But here, by doing this, by including all the cards, so here we see Lizard, Norse, Necromantic, Nurgle. God, I love Nurgle. Nurgle's my boy. Shambling Undead. Someone like me who already has a lot of these teams because I've been playing Blood Bowl for a hot minute. I've got this stuff. I've got goblins. I've got ogres. I've got orcs. I got orcs coming out my ass. I got Skaven. I don't know. Yeah, I got Snotlings too. What else? I don't have those, but I got other elves. Vampires. Those are my boys. I'm painting them right now. See, I'm still touching them up. I'm still finishing them up, but I am working on my vampire team right now, getting them all done. I've got these. I don't have to go rebuy a vampire team or anything else to get this card, right? Or try to sneak it somewhere online. They included it here in the box. All the different teams. Khorne, that's a team I don't have yet. Imperial Nobility, I don't have that one. Human team, I've got a bunch of those. Halfling team, I got a great tree one. I don't have any halflings, I'll have to find those. I got a good tree guy. Goblin team, I've got the star player Troll. Gnome team, I don't have any little gnomes, but they got their own little tree man. Elven Union, I got them. Of course, got the dwarves. Dark Elf team, which I think I've got a Dark Elf team. I think that one came with Dungeon Bowl. Chaos Chosen, I got those. Black Orcs, we already touched on. Amazon team, got that for my little girls. And here we're back to the Lizardmen. The only card that's not included is Chaos Dwarfs, which we found that you can download. Them including all these cards here in this box is the game changer. It brings this up to the next level. And Blitzball is just awesome. For those of you who have not tried it, someone who has played Blood Bowl, and I played a lot of Blood Bowl. If you like Blood Bowl, but sometimes you're like, damn, I don't want to play it because it's going to take so long. The turns drag out, takes hours to play through the game. No, it doesn't take that long. The game is literally just the challenge cards. You lay out 3 of these a turn, right? Bam, bam, bam. And then you start claiming them, and a card's going to get burned each turn. The game is a limited amount of time. It's not going to take you long. I think me and my buddy finished a game in a little over an hour, and that was with me relearning the differences between Blitzball and Blood Bowl. So much faster playing. But this is an absolute must-buy for anyone who has gotten into Blood Bowl. You've played Blood Bowl, but maybe you want a faster version of it, something that your kids could play with you, or maybe someone who isn't into the depth and the chrome and the meat that comes with Blood Bowl, but they would like something like this, something where they got 3 actions per turn. That's it. Once they played their 3 actions, it's your turn. And then you're just trying to pass the ball. You're trying to knock down an opponent. That gets you points. It makes the game so interactive and back and forth and stimulating. You don't have that little boring lull when your opponent's having their turn. And like I said, if you've already been playing Blood Bowl for a while, you've got most of these teams already. And you don't have to worry about going out and getting these damn cards because they're not included, or you got to buy the box set, because they do have some box sets with Blitzball teams, not too many of them. But I do know, at least as of recently, the box sets for Blood Bowl teams do not come with these. Like, for example, to show you here, here's a unopened Blood Bowl Amazon Blood team. Like I said, I got this for one of my little girls. This is going to be her team. And you see what comes with it, right? No Blitzball card, right? So if I wanted to have this Amazon team in Blitzball and they did not include this, I would have to go out and either download that card or find it or buy it somewhere, because the stats are different here. They are streamlined when it comes to the stats for the players. In Blood Bowl, full-on Blood Bowl, you are going to have a move stat, but you don't have a block, throw. You do have armor, but it's different. These remaining 3 stats are different. Here it's been streamlined. Block is just how many dice you're throwing. When it comes to throw, that's what you got to throw. 4 or better, 3 or better, 6 or better to perform that action. Armor, you've got that as your save. Now it's no longer your opponent trying to break your armor. You just have an armor save, kind of similar like you would have in 40K. It plays different, but it plays so much quicker. And then also the special rules. So you got to have these cards because this tells you exactly what people you can bring. This was actually the team I played. I played the Lizardmen. You get 3 of these guys, and you get a couple little skinks and a little chameleon skink. I love this guy. I love my little chameleon skink. He kicks ass. But you got to have these cards to play the game. I cannot believe Games Workshop did something that was good for the players and included cards for all the teams in the Ultimate Edition. I can't believe it. I'm mind blown that they would make that kind of change. They didn't include it on the first set of Blitz Ball. There are multiple packs of these, okay? Multiple seasons, editions. So if you do decide to get into Blitz Ball, make sure that you get the one that says Ultimate Edition, not this, okay? So this is one of the originals. So you need to get the one that says Ultimate Edition. Ultimate Edition is going to have all those cards in it, right? You got to have those cards to play the game. It is what it is. I can't believe they included all of it. That's just phenomenal on their part. I gotta commend them when they do something just. This would be the equivalent of buying a starter set to get into 40K and them including the army list for all armies in that starter box. Mantic Games does that, but Games Workshop doesn't. No, you got to buy the starter box. Then you got to buy the codex for each army. Then you got to buy that $100 rule book on top of it. And then the stuff that comes in the starter boxes now for like 40K isn't even a starter army. It's barely a patrol at best. So you got to spend at least a couple hundred more bucks just to get a 500 point army going on just a, yeah, this is me bitching. It's just, it costs so much to get into the hobby now. Now you can find a good box that has everything you need. And if you've got any experience in the game, all the shit you already have can be combined with this and still be used. Can't recommend it enough. The game's a blast. The cards are in there. Really, I don't even see myself playing a whole lot of Blood Bowl anymore. I'm going to be playing Blitz Bowl because it's fun as shit. It's just a fun, easy playing, kick-ass game. Your kids will love it. Your wife will love it. You'll love it. Can't recommend it enough. And they didn't send this to me. This was given to me by a buddy of mine. Again, thank you, Chad. I really do appreciate it. It's absolutely worth getting. Anyone who likes Blood Bowl, get Blitz. Get the Ultimate Edition of Blitz. I'm not steering you wrong. All right, I'll get down off my soapbox. That's it for this one. You guys take care. I'll catch you in the next one.